Hello, my grade 6 children. Today I'm going to introduce you a new lesson, and also I'm going to do some activities with you on your New Millennium English Workbook, right? Right, now let's move on to our lesson. What are we going to talk about today? It's about simple present tense. Simple present tense. Now, when we talk about simple present tense, we have to talk about verbs, right? Verbs are very important when we talk about simple present tense, right? Verbs, right? What are the verbs? We have learned verbs. What are the verbs we have learned? What is a verb? Verb is a doing word, as I have told you. Verb is a doing word, or we can say action word, right? Whatever we do, we can explain using verbs. For example, dancing, singing, jumping, eating. Those are the examples, right? Now, when we use verbs in simple present tense, there are some rules we have to follow. Okay. Now verbs come after singular subject, he, she, it, or with a singular noun. That verb ends with s, es, or ies. For example, we can say he eats rice. He eats rice. Eat is the base form of the verb, but when we use he there, we have to put s after the verb. So we say he eats rice. We can't say he eat rice because it's a singular subject. Okay, we have learned singular subjects and plural subjects, so you all may remember them. Otherwise, go through the lessons we have done earlier. Okay, and the verbs come after I, you, we and they has the plural verb. What is the plural verb? Plural verb means the base verb. For example, when we take eat, eat is the base form of the verb. We put s, es or ies after the verb when we talk about singular subject. Right now, I think you can understand what I have explained here. මොනවාද verbs කියන්නේ doing words. Doing words වලට අපි sentence එක simple present tense වලදී අපි පාවිච්චි කරනවා singular subject, plural subjects. In singular subjects, what are the singular subjects? He, she, it. He, she, it. Or maybe singular noun, right? So when we have singular nouns, what we do to our verbs? We use s, es or ies. අපි පාවිච්චි කරනවා s, es හරි ies හරි verb එකට පස්සේ. He eats rice. Eat එක තමයි base form එක verb එකක අපි පාවිච්චි කරන form එක. ඕනම verb එකක් අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ base form එක plural, right? singular කරන්න ඕන වුණාම අපි ඒකට s, es හරි ies හරි දානවා. We use simple present tense to describe actions which are done often, usually, sometimes or every day. There are particular places we can use simple present tense. So let's see. Now let's see the use of simple present tense, where we can use simple present tense. Simple present tense is used to give your opinion. When you have your own thought, when you have your opinions, you can use simple present tense to tell about your opinion, such as I like ice cream. That's my opinion. That's what I like to do. So I can explain that using simple present tense. මම කැමති මගේ හිතේ තියෙන දේවල් මගේ අදහස් මට කියන්න පුළුවන් simple present tense වලින්, right? And also to talk about schedules. Now, for example, we can say school starts at 7:30. The school starts at 7:30. The library opens at 8. It doesn't open at 7. So like that we can use simple present tense to talk about the schedules, right? And also to talk about daily habits, the routines, අපි හැමදාම කරන දේවල්. Now, for example, Sarah eats a cheese for breakfast every day. Or you can say, I go to school every day. So like that we can use simple present tense to talk about what we do daily as a routine, right? And also to give facts, right? To give facts such as, they are called universal truth. For example, the earth circles the sun. So that is happening everywhere in the universe, and it's called universal truth. Okay, so it's a fact, you can't change it, right? For example, another example we can take, sun rises from east, right? Sun rises from east. So that's a universal truth, it doesn't change in anywhere in the world. So we use these simple present tense in different situations. Now let's move on. Right, now we are going to talk about singular and plural verbs on our English workbook. Okay, in the workbook they have explained how we can change plural form of the verb to singular form of the verb. So what you have to do, you have to go through the lesson and see if you can understand. Right, they have said I, you, we there, as I explained earlier. You can use without changing the base form of the verb. But when we have he, she, it, we have to change it, and we have to put maybe s, es, or ies after the verb, right? Now, for example, we can say verbs ending with sh, ch, double s, x, o, z, right? When the verb is ending with one of these sounds, what you have to do? You have to put es. Verbs ending with these sounds, we have to end with es. Now, for example, wash, washes, push, pushes, catch, catches, watch, watches, teach, teaches. Like that, you can write the answers there. And also verbs ending with y. When the verb ending with y, you have to look into the earlier letter, previous letter, and see whether it's a consonant or whether it's a vowel, because the rule is different. When there's a vowel there, the rule is different. When there are a consonant there, rule is different. So what we have to do? We have to fill the blanks here. So when the vowel is there before y sound, what we do? We have to we have to add s after the verb, right? Now let's see. There's an example been given to you. It's pay, pay, pays. So we put only s after the verb. So like that you can do all the verbs there and show me this these activities when we have classes, or maybe when we have online lessons, right? And also on the other side you can see a non-vowel is there when we have y sound at the end of the verb. So what we do then? We have to add IES. Study, studies. We add IES. Before we adding IES, what we have to do? We have to cut Y. Instead of Y only, we add IES. Y අයින් කරලයි IES දාන්න. Y තියෙද්දි IES දැම්මොත් plural form එකයි singular form එකයි වැරදි. So we have to always cut Y and put IES. So this is the activity I have given on page number 69. You all can do this at home. And once you've done the activity, you can go through my answers and see whether you are correct. Right, now let's move on to the next page. It's about writing the singular verb form. So you don't have one set together here. There are a mixed set of verbs there. So what you have to do, write the singular form on the right side. Right, now these are the answers. So you can go through and see whether you have done the activity in the correct way. Right. Now let's move on to page number 72. In here you are going to learn a new lesson. It's about forms of present tense. Right. Now we have 4 different forms: positive form, negative form, positive question form, negative question form. Right. Now they have given you positive form of verbs. What you have to do is you have to turn it to negative form, then positive question form, then negative question form. Negative form means you have to use don't or doesn't. Right. Now for example, number 1, we say I eat rice. And if when you turn it to negative form, you have to say I don't eat rice. Now you know where we have to put don't. We have to put don't on I, we, you, they for the plural nouns, right? And also if it is like, you know, Kajal, now we have given Buddhisha, Tisul, right? Singular noun, or he, she, it, you have to use doesn't. Does, the negative form is doesn't, right? And also you may know how to write this apostrophe. You have to write do, not. When you short it, don't, right? Don't in the middle. After N, you have to put apostrophe there, right? That's how you shorten the word. Okay. So we say I don't eat rice. I don't eat rice. Then for Kajal, we have to use doesn't because that's a singular noun. And for Buddhish also, you have to use doesn't. Buddhisha doesn't read books. That's the negative form of the verb, right? When you put negative, you have to put not there. Does not. Does not. When we shorten it, it's doesn't. Okay. Then let's move on to positive question form. We ask a question. When we ask a question, how do we ask? You have to put do or does before the noun, right? Now the do or does comes first, then only you get the sentence. Do I eat rice? Do I eat rice? Do I eat rice? So do is the one we put before the noun to make the question, and also you must put question mark after the sentence, right? And negative question form also. Now we have done negative form of the verb, and when it is a negative question form, you have to put don't to the first before the noun, right? Before the noun you have to put don't, then write your sentence. Don't I eat rice? Don't I eat rice? Like that. If it is a singular subject, you can use doesn't. Okay. So like that you can do this activity as well. And once you've done the activity, you can go through the answers and see whether you have done your question properly. Don't refer to the answer before you finish the activity. Okay. Right, now we turn to the page number 75. Okay, in there you have to use present simple tense to verb to answer the questions. Now we have learned present simple tense, so you know how to answer these questions. Okay, so you know when we have a singular subject, you must put s, es or ies to the verbs. So on question number 1, or we can say he, what we put there, rides. Ride is the base form of the verb. So when we use ride as a singular verb, we put s after the verb. So he rides the bicycle. He rides a bicycle, right? And let's take a different one. Now in here, question number 9, right? See, we have to say studies. So studies, how do we make the singular form? We put IES, not S, IES. So like that you can do page number 75, and once you've done it, you can refer to my answers and see whether you have done the questions properly. Right. Also you have to do page number 76, right? All these are simple present tense activities. That's why I do everything together, but you can take your time and do, but try to finish it within a week. Okay, so in this page, page number 76, you have to do things we do on school days. There are different questions there are 25 questions, and you must use the correct form of the verb to fill the blank. If the subject is singular, you have to turn the verb into singular form and write the answers. If the subject is plural, for example, in here most of the sentences are in singular form, but I'll take one example, number 9. In number 9, Rufaida and Yunus read storybooks. Rufaida and Yunus read storybooks. Right? So there you have to use base form of the verb. And also number 7, also same. We do homework in the night. But see number 1, it's Raman. Raman goes to school by car, right? So there you have to turn the verb into singular form and write. So you can do up to 25 and once you're done, you refer to the answers and see if your answers are correct. Right. Now let's move on to the next page. In here, there's a little test for y'all. Right. What you have to do? You have to write the answers. And I'm not going to give the answers here because it's a test. So once we start classes, I will check your answers. You have to do it and keep on page number 77. Then I will check the answers and see whether you have learned the lesson properly. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's see you in another video soon.